Denis Villeneuve didn't win everyone over with Dune Part 2, but he's still one of 2024's biggest winners. The sequel made $714 million, landing as the fifth highest-grossing film of the year. The filmmaker himself admits that he still has some catching up to do, but he's calling 2024 a great year for movies and says he saw plenty that really impressed him. Here are the 5 films Villeneuve thinks were the best of 2024. The first one on Villeneuve's list, Amelia Perez, might be the most divisive movie of the year. It's a musical crime thriller from Jacques Audiard, starring Zoe Saldana, Selena Gomez, and Carla Sofia Gascon as a Mexican drug lord who transitions into a woman. Many viewers tore it apart. They called the musical numbers laughable, the visuals a total mess, and the handling of trans issues in Mexican politics downright embarrassing. Gomez's character was so badly written, she might as well not be there. Even with Saldana delivering a solid performance, plenty of people walked out unimpressed. But some filmmakers can't get enough of it. Villeneuve called it the best movie of 2024. James Cameron's seen it 3 times and says it's bold, daring, and unlike anything else out there. Awards-wise, the film crushed at the Golden Globes with 10 nominations and 4 wins, including Best Musical over Wicked. It also snagged the Jury Prize and Best Actress for all 3 leads at Cannes. The Brutalist has been the talk of Hollywood this season, and for good reason. Just last week, it cleaned up at the 2025 Golden Globes, snagging Best Drama Motion Picture, Best Director for Brady Corbett, and Adrian Brody's first Golden Globe for his lead role. But the most shocking part, they pulled off this near 4-hour epic on a $6 million budget. Think about that. $6 million for a movie with production design, cinematography, and performances that look like they belong in a $50 million studio film. Hollywood blows that kind of money on mediocre family dramas. But Corbett and his team stretched every dollar, as he put it. We cut every corner we could to make sure that every single cent was on screen. The film spans 4 decades of one man's life, with a monumental scale that feels more like an event than an indie movie. Back in October, critics were already calling it the best film of the fall festivals, and now Corbett and Brody both are likely heading for Oscars. This adaptation of Colson Whitehead's Pulitzer-winning novel has been loaded with Oscar buzz for months. Ramel Ross, the director, just got a nomination from the Directors Guild for his first feature, and the National Society of Film Critics named it Best Picture. The way it's shot is wild. Most of it's in first person, switching between the 2 main characters. It's something you've probably seen before, like in Lady in the Lake, but it's done so much better here. Ross also throws in old stock footage, historical clips, and even some fixed camera shots, all in this square frame. It feels experimental, but it works. The story itself is brutal. 2 boys trying to survive the nightmare of a corrupt Florida reform school in the 60s while holding on to their friendship. You feel every bit of what they're going through, and it leaves you wrecked by the end. Conclave has taken everyone by surprise this year. Villeneuve loves it. BAFTA's obsessed with it. 14 mentions in their first round of voting. And BAFTA's no small deal. UK voters make up the biggest chunk of the International Academy, so this could give Conclave a serious boost for the Oscars. Directed by Edward Berger, it's this tense Vatican drama, where Ralph Fiennes plays Cardinal Lawrence. After the Pope dies, he's stuck wrangling 113 cardinals locked in the Vatican until they can pick a new pontiff. Stanley Tucci's the gentle progressive, John Lithgow's the slick traditionalist, and they both got secrets that might just blow everything up. The film's been killing it at the box office, pulling in almost $70 million worldwide. And Paul Schrader's a huge fan. He's called it a masterpiece of imagery, saying the shots look like paintings and the story's intellectually razor-sharp. Luca Guadagnino's Queer caused a stir at the Venice Film Festival. But one thing stood out: Daniel Craig. He's nothing like James Bond here. He plays this outcast in 1950s Mexico City, caught up in a messy, drug-fueled obsession with a younger man, played by Drew Starkey. It's the kind of performance you don't expect from Craig, raw, funny, and just completely different. He even got a Golden Globe nomination for it, though Adrien Brody ended up taking the win for The Brutalist. Guadagnino went all in on this one, calling it the most gigantic gay film in history. He even recreated 1950s Mexico City on 12 stages in Rome. The movie's based on William S. Burroughs' novella, and Guadagnino calls it his most personal work yet. Critics had mixed feelings about the movie, but not about Craig. Villeneuve called the film inspiring, and said that Craig gave an incredible performance. And John Waters ranked Queer second on a list of his favorite movies of 2024. At this point, Craig's performance is the big takeaway. Oscars might not go for the film, but Craig's looking like a real contender for his first nomination.